Okay, so hi, I'm Savannah Schmidt, and this is my video response number 1. So I'll just jump right into it. The first question, my answer, I believe that the best blue ocean approach would be through pathway number 6, which is to look across time. This means that Ferrari, our company, instead of reacting to trends as they happen, they would proactively look at observable trends now and make predictions based on those for the future and make business decisions based on that. So that way they're kind of ahead of the curve rather than just reacting to the curve. So the article states that there's 3 principles with this. So first, the first principle is that the trend or whatever you're making a decision on needs to have a high impact on the industry. So an example of this, what I thought would be kind of relatable to Ferrari in the car industry is a change in fuel. So if you can anticipate that gasoline is going to be gone at a certain point in time and we need to find some other fuel, then you can make a business decision based on that and be kind of more innovative than the rest of the car companies. So the second principle is that something needs to be irreversible. So kind of piggybacking off of the fuel example, if Ferrari makes engines that only support this new fuel type, that's going to be irreversible and they can't just switch back to being gasoline. So it makes them kind of pioneers in that way. And then the last principle is to consider that your path is clear, that you have a clear trajectory of where you're going and not just kind of jump in not really knowing what you're doing. You want to make sound decisions and you want a clear path that you're going towards. So if Ferrari was making a decision on fuel, they wanted to test things and make sure this fuel is going to be the best fuel and not going to give out on them halfway through the process of doing it. So for the second question, a change that I might suggest, kind of also talking about fuel again, is that they should invest in different fuel strategies for their future and kind of find alternatives rather than gasoline. I think this innovation will allow Ferrari to have another competitive advantage in comparison to other luxury car brands. I kind of think of like Tesla as another luxury car brand that has this, and Ferrari could be somewhat similar. The threat, though, I do see from other forces is that new entrants might come up because of this. They might, copy the fuel strategy or the engine strategy that Ferrari were to make in this case. But unfortunately, with automotives, that's going to happen. They're going to figure out how to use your strategy in the same way. So you can't really get around that. But that is going to be a threat, is new entrants coming in and saying, this is great, I can make it better, I can make it cheaper, or whatever the case might be. But the thing about Ferrari is they are known for being expensive cars, but that's why people get them. But if they could be the pioneers of the luxury car brand, even in racing, of having somewhat of a green way of fueling their cars, that would kind of set them above the rest and maybe even put them in that like Tesla category, but in their own way be that very luxury car brand that people still know and love about Ferrari.